Hey there, Smoke Master D coming at you again with another episode of Barbecue Buyer's Guide. This time to stainless steel pellet smoker grills. All right. And here I've got some chapter times for you. Now, I'd love for you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. But with these chapter times, you can skip ahead to whichever part you like. We have overviews, and then we have charts, and then my thoughts. Go to whichever place you like, but let's get started. All right, so one of the main things about this episode is that there's a difference between built-in pellet grills and freestanding pellet grills. Now, the built-in ones over here, we've got Twin Eagles, Memphis, and Coyote, are a little bit different than the Mak, Pits and Spits, and Cookshack. Just the idea of trying to make something that can be built in to like an island or an outdoor kitchen kind of just makes the whole structure of where you have to put everything different. I think for a while, Memphis was the only name in that sort of section, but Twin Eagles and Coyote are right there now. For freestanding, Pits and Spits has been at this the longest. Starting their company in 1983, they jumped on the pellet bandwagon pretty quick too. Mak Grills and Cookshack have been around for a while as well, and you're going to notice that their designs are a little bit different, but the built-in ones are going to be very similar. Let's go on to maps. All right, so I only included four of the companies here. That is, they are made in the United States. These grills are. The other two, which would be Coyote and Memphis Grills, are manufactured in Asia. But let's start with Mak Grills up in Dallas, Oregon. And then we've got Twin Eagles in Cerritos, California. Cookshack in Ponca City, Oklahoma. And lastly, Pits and Spits in Houston, Texas. All right, and we're going to start with Twin Eagles. Now, I just said that they are made in the USA, but they were recently purchased by a company called Dometic Outdoor, which really has to do with their whole kitchen, like outdoor kitchen, outdoor living kind of stuff. The thing about it is they're a Swedish company. They are publicly owned, so, the public owns them, but they come from Sweden, and now they own Twin Eagles, which they're still made in America, in the United States. That is still happening. So nothing's been lost in the quality, but I guess I don't feel like they're 100% American anymore, even though they kind of are too. Now, I only like to cover freestanding grills, so they have the base price here of the built-in unit, right? So the 36-inch is their only unit. They sell one with a rotisserie that's a little bit more, so it's $9,726 and 14 cents for the regular 36-inch, but it is $10,532.95 for it with the rotisserie. And I got that from a dealer who was close to where I lived in North Carolina. I'm not sure if the price could be a little bit different wherever you are. I don't know if that's exactly MSRP. They don't put it on their website. So, but those are the numbers that I found. Now, the base price that they quoted me is $2,396.59. I had to superimpose the built-in onto the base to get the picture that you see on the right. There are no pictures of it in the base that I know of, but I added the base price in. So the 36-inch with the base is $12,122.73, and with the rotisserie, $12,929.54. And some of the features. So these things are tricked out. They are top of the line. We've got the halogen lights. There's hooks in the back. Now, you don't see those in these pictures. I think that may be a newer thing that they're doing. The internal rotisserie you see there to the top left. Of course, that's optional. And then the prices we just talked about. 3 rack levels. There are 3 temperature probes. The temps range from 140 to 725. So 725 is really high. 140 is actually, I think, the lowest that I've seen. And if they can do that continuously, that would be probably good for cooking sausages, something like that. Now, this thing has a 10 RPM motor and variable fan. It's DC, right? It's run by DC, which is direct current. So that will allow you to switch the intensity of a component with an electrical engine, right? When you have AC, which is what all our houses run on, it's on or it's off. But DC, you can turn up, you can turn down. That is really helpful in a pellet grill to modulate temperatures using the motor and the fan. So, in that sense, it's a PID controller and 725, 10 RPM. That's crazy. That is crazy. I think most pellet grills have 2 RPM. So, just so you know where that stands. Now, the double drip trays, there's a double wall and braided stainless gasket, front load hopper there. I prefer the front loaded. It's only 13 pounds though, so you can only put 13 pounds of pellets in. Most bags are 20 pounds, so you're going to have some left over. But with that double wall, that 13 pounds of pellets is going to go a while because the heat retention in this thing is going to be real good. All right. For smoking, we have the vaporizing tray up at the top left. The searing tray, so that's their briquette tray. Those aren't real briquettes. You know, it's kind of pretend briquettes, but you can actually use real charcoal. So there's a mode that you can put the controller on for this and actually have charcoal in there, and it'll keep the fan and do it in such a way that you can still control the temperature and use charcoal. It'll light the charcoal with the pellet fire. And yeah, you can use charcoal to sear and cook in your pellet grill. Isn't that cool? All right, and now on to Mak Grills. So you're going to see the 1-star general there on the left. Now, this episode is about stainless steel pellet grills, fully stainless steel pellet grills. The 1-star general is not, and the 2-star general is mostly, but not completely. And then we have the stainless 2-star general, which is completely stainless. So, but Mak Grills, they do make that one, and I felt like, I should cover all of them uh, just because. So I am, in a sense. I don't think I'm going to cover everything for the 1-star, but the 2-star general is the same as the stainless, except that it's not fully stainless. So the thing about aluminized steel, and I covered this in the box store gravity-fed smokers episode when we did the master-built gravity-fed smokers, is that aluminized steel is steel that's been coated with a silicon alloy. It gives it properties similar to stainless steel, but if you scratch it and get down to that steel layer, it can still rust. So, and the other thing, of course, is that it's much cheaper than stainless steel. Now, the 1-star general is $2,199. The 2-star general is $3,199. And then the stainless steel 2-star general is $4,499. So, one thing to also note is that the stainless steel 2-star general, which is the only one that fits our criteria, is actually not being sold right now due to material scarcity. So hopefully that'll change really soon. Hopefully by the time you're watching this. One other thing to note is that unlike the Twin Eagles pellet grills that are welded together, these are riveted. And I'm not entirely sure what sort of differences riveting might make as opposed to welding. I guess I was thinking that riveting was not as good, but I haven't heard any complaints about any of these. So hopefully, it's very, very close. But I did want to note it. All right, and now let's take a look at some of these features. So on the top left, See that lift off heat deflector, so everything sort of just pulls right out. Then the middle top, we're going to have the lift out flame shield and then the burn pot. Now, there's a pin that you can pull out and pull out the entire burn pot, dump the ashes. So that's really easy for cleanup. You go down to the hopper there. It's like a very solid design. It's made into the sort of shelf there, the left-hand side shelf. See the pallet dump down there and the pallet boss controller below that. Now, this middle bottom is something I really like. It is a movable temperature sensor. So you can take and put that thing anywhere you want in the grill, and right beside your meat is usually what you would probably do. And a lot of people use their third party, whether it's a meter or fireboard or whatever, and put a probe to check the temperature next to their meat. But this is just built right into the Mak grill. So super easy. And, it's going to control that set temperature and make it exactly what you want for right next to your meat. So really cool that way. The extra grate slots. So there's, three on the it's 2-star general and only one on the 1-star general. And now the last two features are that warmer up top, which, that is pretty cool. You've got that rack there. You can just put whatever you want warmed there. It can double as a cold smoker, and more on that in the next one. But you see the Wi-Fi is included on this one. 2 K-style probes with the 2-star general, and any K-style probe connectors with whatever probes you can use in this pellet smoker. So very useful that way. Now let's look at some of the upgrades. Now, the first one is that Super Smoker Box, the top left, for $899. So you remember the right side shelf that actually had a warmer box in it on the 2-star general? Well, this goes on top of that and increases the warming area, cold smoking area. You're going to see some more upgrades for the Super Smoker Box itself. But let's see. The grill covers 100. The front shelf for the 2-star general 225. And here's one of those upgrades: smoker box hooks for $20. You want to hang some sausage links up in there, and smoke them at a low temperature. There you go. All right. To the right of that, we have the smoke box warming pan for 150. The smoke box smoke pan. It's got all those perforated holes for 150 on above that. Now, let's talk about extra grates. So, an extra full grate is going to be 100. 3/4 is 85, and the half is 75. So, the 1-star general can take a full extra grate on top of it. Now, the 2-star general can take 2 full grates and then also a 3/4 grate on top above the main grate on bottom. It's going to really increase the smoking area. Now, the space between those levels is going to be very, very little. So, you're going to want to be careful with what you're planning to put in there. So, space does still matter, but it could be very useful. There was a searing grate on the bottom right, and this 150. If you want a cover to include that Super Smoker Box, it's going to be 125. And then we've got griddles. So half is 150, full 250. If you were retrofitting your old Mak grill, you can get the Wi-Fi for 300. All right, and now on to pits and spits. So we're gonna have the stainless steel Maverick 850, 3,999.99, the 1250 for 4,999.99, and then the 2000 for 5,749.99. So with this grill, we're going to notice that it's pretty standard. It doesn't have wild, outlandish features, but really ones that, it's a really great standard style pellet smoker. Now the 2000 has 3 racks, the bottom and 2 above it. The other two, the 1250 and the 850, both have a bottom rack and one extra rack above. Now the 2000, the bottom rack is the same size as the 1250's bottom rack, so it's just taller. Now, as we go through, we're going to see there's a paper towel holder, a storage rack on the bottom. Now, with these stainless steel models, they're going to automatically upgrade you to the 8-inch wheels. So that's a nice thing. PID controller with Wi-Fi is included. All the racks are pull out, which makes it so that that front shelf is extra useful. Grease, pouring down from your meat onto that shelf. It's going to be easy to clean up. We've got rubber moving handles, a roll top lid with a wood handle, trap door with a drip pan on the drip pan, which is going to be now standard for new grills. And of course, that is going to allow you to do that direct grilling. Now, there's a rain cover over the smokestack, so if you're ever grilling in the rain, and also this grill is fully welded. All right, so let's look at some of these upgrades. The cover for $99.99, a one size fits all blanket for $299.99. This modular grate system looks interesting. It's a pull out rack, so they have sort of a frame, and in the frame, you can get these grates, right? And for the 850, the modular grate is $299. For the 1250, it's $399. Remember that the 1250 is the same size as the 2000. If you add in the griddle, you can combine them. For the 850, it's $449.99, or for the 1250, $549.99. So, and you see the griddle sold by itself down there for $174.99 or $224.99. And I guess you could just set that on top of your regular racks if that's what you wanted. Now, those grill grates up there are $54.99 for the 850, or $59.99 for the 1250 and 2000. And now we're going on to Cookshack. Cookshack, like Mak, is riveting. So they rivet this together. The PG 500 is 2,310, and the PG 1000 is 3,675. You're going to notice that one of the differences between these two is that the PG 1000 has a storage rack on the bottom, whereas the PG 500 doesn't. And I've seen this PG 500 both ways with, forecasters, as well as with only two, and sort of a wheelbarrow kind of style, like we see here. The one really glaring deficiency with this grill is that it has no Wi-Fi connection or availability for one whatsoever. I suppose you could get a third party, aftermarket controller to try to put in there, but besides that, it's no Wi-Fi at all. But for what it does have, you have those gallery style doors. I think that's what you call those, that open out like that. Ash pan and grease pan combined together, and it also has a warmer. So there's another pellet grill with a warmer. You're gonna have a pellet drop that you see up there, and we're gonna have some zones. So at least three, I suppose. And the one thing about this pellet grill is it has a direct zone, and it is always a direct zone. That area of the grill does not become ever a smoking portion of the grill. And it's 3/8 inch stainless rod there. Now, the rest of the grates are going to be nickel plated. So you have to the right a smoke zone. The heat and smoke is going to rise up to the top of the grill, carry over, and go down through to the smoke section. So, it's probably going to work fairly well for even heat distribution. There are some accessories. There's a front shelf for the PG 500 for $92. There is a cover that goes with the accessory shelf for $159.17. There is a rib rack for $54.45. The PG 1000 cover is $171.74, and then a regular PG 500 cover is $142.29. Even though it doesn't look a whole lot different from that one with the accessory shelf extension. Now, Cookshack, they do have a lot of electric smokers, and I did an episode on that. And it seems like they had a whole lot more in the way of accessories for those. So if you want to check out that episode, please do. Now to the grills manufactured in Asia. Here we go. All right, and now we have the Memphis wood fire grills. So we're going to start off with the note on the bottom left. So if you go to their website, it's going to say that they are designed, engineered, and tested in the United States of America. Now, the one word you don't see there is manufactured, which is why it's in this section. We have the Beale Street for $2,299. The Memphis Pro Cart ITC3 for $5,649. And then the Elite for $7,399. We're going to take a look at the Beale Street first, and a couple of warnings. The Beale Street is 430 stainless steel instead of 304. So that's what many people think of as a lower grade of stainless steel. It's magnetic, whereas 304 is not, so you can always be sure about that if you use a magnet. It still has properties of anti-rusting and that sort of thing, but it is cheaper. Another thing is that there's a lot of things that they leave out on the Beale Street. Second level grate, the genie tool, and the direct flame insert are an upcharge. We're going to see those in a little bit. So it does have some pluses, that storage underneath. Apparently, there are text alerts from the app. Now, I saw that in a video. The actual website has this notice. It says this new version of the Wi-Fi provides monitor and timer, but does not provide alerts or control via Wi-Fi. So you can kind of see what's going on, but you can't change anything through the Wi-Fi and the app on your phone. There is a load hopper on the Beale Street. I like that. The storage for the beneath part is the same on the Pro and the Elite. They also have it for the side shelves, interestingly enough. So that's really nice. They have this touch screen that you can see and change things on the grill. So you see that larger blown up portion there, and you have direct flame, indirect flame, low, medium, and extreme for the direct flame. You can set the probes. Now, these are 304 stainless steel. The pellet hopper is on the back instead of the front. There are interior halogen lights, so that wasn't on the Beale Street. It is double wall construction. The Beale Street is double wall as well. I didn't note that in the previous section. But this one comes with the direct sear insert, and you see the genie tool that they're using to maneuver that direct insert. That is for the Pro and the Elite. Now, another thing to note about the Pro and Elite is that they have IntelliBurn technology. That's what they call it. And it basically just means that it is improved efficiency for the burning of the pellets. They got oxygen coming in at the top of their burn pot to make that happen. So we do know that increased efficiency means less smoke and less flavor, but I'm sure that they've worked it out on their controller to tamp that down in their smoke mode, whatever that may be. It's just my guess, but I think that they would probably do that. They use a DC motor rather than an AC motor, and that's going to help them get to the temperature you desire as well. And I've already talked about that in the Twin Eagles. So, all right, and here we do have the upgrades. So, like we said before, direct flame insert is $125 for the Beale Street, $45 for the Genie multi-tool. So, I believe it'll clean the grates as well as handle your inserts there. Now, all the grill covers are going to be $99. For the Beale Street, if you want that great kit, it's $129. If for some reason you wanted it for the Pro and Elite, $129 and $189. I don't think that they come with a full number of probes for any of these grills. So it's going to be $39 for the Beale and $99 for extra probes for the Pro and Elite. All right, and now to Coyote Grills. We got the 28-inch for $3,499 and the 36-inch for $4,399. All right. Now, the one big thing that you may not like about the Coyote Grills is that there's no Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connectivity available at all. They do have those nice laser cut grates, direct sear insert, no upcharge. They have these things called the Versa racks, which really increases the square inches. So you see there that there's two racks, one that's larger than the other at the top. The one thing about these racks is that they're so close to each other, kind of like the ones on the Mac 2-Star General, that how much you'd actually be able to use them to increase the cooking space kind of depends on the size of the meat you're going to use. But, it's nice anyway. There's a front load hopper on these, that top front part slides out, put in your pellets. A removal tool is included, and that's the smoking insert. Yeah. There are LED lights for the probe, so if it's at night, you can see what you're doing to get them in where they need to be. Springs to help with opening the hood gasket seal, and internal halogen lights. Now, I hadn't seen anything about any sort of assist for the hoods yet, so that's kind of cool. All right, and here are some of the things that you can get. That ash vacuum is $169, a pallet tube for $29. Rotisserie kit, the 28-inch was $329. I don't know if their website was having difficulty. Some of the stuff was out of stock, probably due to material shortage. So maybe that's 36-inch rotisserie was, and these insulated jackets were as well. For the 36-inch one, via email, they told me that it should be $879, though it was showing 0 on the website. And now we're on to charts. All right. So we've got base price, the Mac 1-Star General there, $2,199. The Beale Street, $22.99. The Cookshack PG 500, $23.10. Mac 2-Star, $31.99. Coyote 28 for $34.99. Cookshack PG 1000 for $3,675. The Maverick 850 for $4,000. Coyote 36 $4,399. Mac 2-Star stainless for $4,499. Maverick 1250 for $5,000. The Memphis Pro Cart $5,649. The Maverick 2000 for $5,750. The Memphis Elite Pro Cart for $7,399. The Twin Eagles 36 for $12,123, and the Twin Eagles 36 rotisserie cart for $12,930. All right, the bottom rack inches squared. Now, why did I include this? So it relates most to the volume of the grill, right? So I couldn't calculate the volume, that would have been too much work. But if you look at the square inches on the bottom rack, it gives you some sort of idea of what the size of this space is. So the Coyote 28 there at 420, then the Mac 1-Star and 2-Star. Remember that that 2-Star is probably a bit taller, 429. The Maverick 850, then the PG 1000. The PG 500 is the same size as the PG 1000 on the bottom rack. The Coyote 36, the Beale Street, the Twin Eagles 36, and that's for both of them. The Pro Cart, then the Maverick 1250, then the Maverick 2000, and the Elite Pro is the biggest on the bottom there. Remember that the 2000 is kind of tall. They made it taller rather than wider. And now the standard inches squared. So these are the ones that come standard. So all the Macs have 429. You're going to be buying those upper racks. Beale Street 558. The Pro Cart 574. The Cookshack, both the 500 and 1000, 784. The Maverick 850. The Elite Pro Cart with 862, the Coyote 28 with 907.5, the Twin Eagles, and that Coyote, that's the Versa racks there that's giving it so much. The Twin Eagles 36, then the Coyote 36, also the Versa racks there with that 12,000, 1425, the Maverick 1250, and then the Maverick 2000 with 2,000 square inches. Wow. All right. Then all possible inches squared. So if you bought the extra racks and put them in, this is where we would now be at. So those Cookshacks both have 784, the Beale Street 817, Pro Cart 848, Maverick 850, the Mac 1 Star at 858 now, the Coyote 28 at 907 still. The Twin Eagles still at 36, Coyote 36 still at 1214, the Maverick 1250 still where it is, the Elite Pro Cart now up there at 1274, the Mac 2 Star General really moved with 1617, and of course the Maverick 2000. Dollar per inches squared, so the standard inches, just what it comes with standard. Maverick 2000 287, PG 500 295, Coyote 36 362, Coyote 28 386, Maverick 1250 at 4, the Beale Street at 412, PG 1000 at 469, Maverick 850 at 471, Mac 1 Star General 513, 2 Star at 746, the Elite Pro Cart at 858, the regular Pro Cart 984, the stainless 2 Star General at 1049, Twin Eagles 36 1247, and then with a rotisserie 1330. Now all possible inches, and that Mac 2 Star General shoots to number 1 with 215, 1 Star at 268, the Maverick 2000 at 287, the PG 500 295, 2 Star stainless steel 296, Beale Street at 297, Coyote 36 at 362, Coyote 28 at 386, the Maverick 1250 at 4, PG 1000 469, Maverick 850 at 471, the Elite Pro 596, Pro Cart at 581, and the Twin Eagles 36 at 1247, and the rotisserie still 1330 there. And now we go on to pounds. No, I didn't verify for all of them that the shipping and actual weight, which it was. I tried to get the actual weight. For Cookshack, I did ask specifically because they had the shipping weight, but those weights can vary a little bit. I tried my best. Here we go. The Beale Street 168, Mac 1 Star 195, the PG 500 212, the Pro Cart 213, Mac 2 Star 235, 2 Star stainless steel 250, as well as the 850 for Mavericks, Cookshack PG 1000 253, Coyote 28 for 280, the Elite Pro Cart 283, the Maverick 1250 for 310, Coyote 36 for 328, the Maverick 2000 for 400, and the Twin Eagles 36 coming up at 470, and the 36R at 480. All right, so dollar per pound, the PG 500 coming in best at 1090, 1 Star General at 1125, Coyote 28 at 1250, Coyote 36 1341, 2 Star General 1361, Beale Street 1368, Maverick 2000 at 1437, PG 1000 1453, the Maverick 850 at 16. The Maverick 1250 at 1613, the 2 Star stainless steel at 18, the Twin Eagles 36 at 2579, the Elite Pro at 2614, regular Pro Cart 2652, and the Twin Eagles 36 with rotisserie at 2694. Way up there. All right, and now I averaged some stuff together. So in this one, I put everything on a 10-point scale between the lowest and highest, and then I averaged them together for the dollar per pound and dollar per inches squared for the base or standard inches. And the highest score goes to the PG 500 there, then the Coyote 28, the Maverick 2000, Coyote 36, Mak 1 Star, Beale Street, PG 1000, Maverick 1250, Maverick 850, Mak 2 Star, 2 Star Stainless, Elite Pro, Pro Cart, the Twin Eagles 36, and then the rotisserie. All right. And when we put in for all the inches, and I put in the increases in the prices. So for the dollar per pound and dollar per square inches, those increases are reflected here. We still have the PG 500 up there in the first spot. And then the Mak 1 Star, the Mak 2 Star, the Coyote 28, the stainless Maverick 2000, Coyote 36, Beale Street, the PG 1000, Maverick 1250, Maverick 850, 2 Star stainless, the Elite Pro Cart, regular Pro Cart, T36, and 36R. Now, interestingly enough, I left in the ones with the aluminized steel, and the PG 500 still came in number one, a completely stainless pellet grill. So I thought that was going to be a problem, but it turned out not to be. And, if you want to just take those out in your mind, in a second, I'm going to take them out myself for the coming charts. So these are going to kind of give you an idea of just regular value of material. It's not going to include, the features. So we're going to have to think about those. The one last thing that I wanted to average in was the bottom racks inches per squared as a 10-point. Just because I think volume is very important. And when you do that, you get the stainless steel Maverick 2000 at number one. Then the Maverick 1250, PG 500 comes after that, so it dropped down a couple spaces. The Beale Street, Coyote 36, Mak 1 Star, 2 Star, then the Coyote 28, PG 1000, Elite Pro, Maverick 850, 2 Star Stainless, Pro Cart, the Twin Eagles 36, 36R. My belief that the volume is important continues in another couple slides. We have the hopper size in pounds. So the Beale Street has the smallest with the Coyote 28, Twin Eagles 36, 13 pound, Coyote 36, then the Pro Cart, the Mak 1 Star, 2 Star, stainless all up there with 20, PG 1000, 22, 500 with 25, as well as the Elite Pro Cart, Maverick 850, 1250, and 2000, all with 35-pound hoppers. All right, and here we get to the nitty-gritty. My thought on the features. Pounds and the square inches, they're all great, but there are some features that really aren't reflected in those numbers. So how do we account for that? And this part is the most subjective, right? Because I decided which ones I thought were the best. Maybe they're different from what you think. So I gave the Twin Eagles 36 R the highest 10 points, and regular 36 9.7. The Mak 2 Star all stainless, the 8.6. I took out the other Maks because they aren't completely stainless. The Memphis Elite Pro and Pro Cart I gave 7.2. Pits and Spits and Maverick 850, 1250, and 2000 I gave 5.8. The Coyote 28 and 36 I gave 4.4. The Cookshack PG 1000 3, the Memphis Beale Street 1.4, and the PG 500 last. Okay, so The red parts really are what the deductions are for. And if you want to read through some of that, you can. And just know that if you wanted to switch around the points, you could. You like what you like, and you know what you like. I can't really tell you what that is, but I'm going to put these numbers in and we're going to take a look at what they come out to, okay? So when I do it as a fourth averaged in, so I average it with the dollar per inches squared, all the dollars per pound, and the bottom inches squared on a 10-point scale, it's going to give me the Maverick 2000 and 1250 still at number 1, the Coyote 36, the Elite Pro Cart, the Mak 2-star stainless, Coyote 28, Beale Street, PG 500, Maverick 850, PG 1000 Pro Cart, and then the Twin Eagles. So, the Maverick 2000 and 1250 still doing rather well, partly because of that volume as well as that Elite Pro Cart and the Coyote 36 coming up. So, it depends on how important the features are to you. So this is kind of like the features are a little bit important to me. Now, if I do a straight half, so the features are averaged as half, along with the numbers that I got for averaging those other three, the Maverick 2000 and 1250 still stay at number 1. The 2-star stainless jumps all the way up to number 3. The Elite Pro Cart is still at number 4. The Twin Eagles, interestingly enough, are up here. Now, the thing about the Twin Eagles is, if you don't care about money at all, I think you can make a good case that they're the best, right? You don't need to even watch this episode. You can just buy them. You can see the really high price and just buy them. For the rest of us, though, we do have to kind of nitpick through these kind of details. Coyote 36 next, Maverick 850, Pro Cart, Coyote 28, PG 1000, PG 500, and lastly, the Beale Street. And these really are the lineup of kind of what I think of. And let's look at the next slide. Here are my final thoughts. If you want bargain stainless, I wouldn't get the Beale Street. I'm just going to say that. I would get the Cookshack PG 500. I don't like that you can't use the entire bottom rack for smoking, but I think that it is a solid working, pellet grill. I would probably get, if I could and had the money, had some money, I guess, I'd get the 2000 from Pits and Spits. Has high capacity. If I was really into cold smoking, and I could really kind of go either way with the 2-star General and the Pits and Spits. So I really do like that. I like some of the upgrades for the Mak 2-star General. And, if you don't want all stainless, even better because it's cheaper. If luxury was my thing and money no problem, I'd get that Twin Eagles 36 probably. Discount luxury, the Coyote 36. I think that it's better than the Memphis, that Elite Pro Cart. It's a lot more money. The Wi-Fi that doesn't change the temperature, you already probably have maybe a fireboard, maybe meter, whatever it is that you can monitor stuff with. You don't need that in the pellet grill itself. The only use for Wi-Fi like that is if you can actually change the temperature. If you can't, it's just redundant, really. So I would go with the Coyote 36-inch. That's what I would do. Now, as always, if you have any of these pellet grills, please add a review to the comments, or if you want to say anything else about this episode, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, go get your smoke on,